Hi, I'm Matt Williamson here with Yardbarker to talk about this Earl Thomas situation. And first of all, I think Earl Thomas is a Hall of Famer. I think he's the best free safety since Ed Reed. I think he was the most important part of that entire Legion of Boom defense. I think he had that deep center field ability to erase mistakes of the 10 people in front of him. I also think, well, I basically know that two of the smartest and most respected organizations in the league, Baltimore and Seattle, very willingly moved on from him in a very short amount of time, recently. And while he was a deep center field type player almost exclusively in Seattle, he did a lot more the past year in Baltimore. And I thought he did it well. So I thought he showed a new skill set on the field, and they used him more closer to the line of scrimmage, asked him to do more things. So not surprisingly, I mean, a great player, but he's not what he once was. He's not in his peak of the Legion of Boom when he was the best safety in the league. He can still do a lot of things. But I think his personality or locker room presence isn't for everyone, to put it mildly, at this stage. I mean, with those two teams that have dealt with big personalities before move on the way they did, I think that's a huge red flag. So what's next for Thomas? Well, Dallas seems like the logical fit, and they've handled such, personalities in the past. Bring them back to Texas. Their front seven looks really, really good now, but the secondary looks like it could use some help. So I think by far that's the leader in the clubhouse, so to speak. San Francisco's been mentioned. I just think Jimmy Ward is good enough. Earl Thomas would allow you to do some more things. You could play a lot more three big nickel, three safety sets. That defense obviously is quite good to begin with, and they're in it to win it. So adding another guy in the arms race against Jamal Adams and whatnot, I understand that, but I'm not sure I'd go down that road if I were the 49ers. An interesting one to me that on this list I just kind of whipped up is the Cleveland Browns. Grant Delpit's fighting an injury right now. They worry me up the middle of their defense. Their young linebackers, Mac Wilson got hurt, and their young safeties. Earl Thomas could maybe be a steadying force on the field for them. How about Houston? Their secondary kind of needs all the help they can get him back in the state of Texas. Kansas City's an interesting one to me. They may not even have any interest because they had talked to him quite a bit before the Baltimore move, and maybe they're just, want nothing to do with the guy at this point. But they could certainly use one more playmaker on defense. And then I also thought about Arizona. That's probably a long shot, but they could use a deep middle type guy, let guys like Budda Baker, Isaiah Simmons really roam and hit and do what they do best. So it'll be interesting to see what happens to Thomas at this point, but I don't think he's endeared himself to the league, to be frank. Thanks so much. I am Matt Williamson with Yardbarker.